That was a good song, man.
All right. Y'all ready? Let's get it. Hey, welcome back to Strong Iron Flix. I'm your boy T Flame, and I got my co-host Jeffrey Warfield here with me. What's going on? What's going on, Jeffrey?
Nothing. Just really kind of relaxing before before the stream. Before you told me that you wanted to do a stream, I was playing Cyberpunk, so that's good. So yeah.
Hell yeah, man. And man, it's been this weekend, man. I just been really relaxing, spending a lot of time with my family. I took my son to go do some things. Took him to an arcade, all kinds of stuff, man. And we had a good time, all that. And I hope everybody had a blessed weekend and all of that good stuff. And yeah, I see a couple of y'all in the chat already. Slipknot fan, I just want to give a shout out to him because he said first. Yes, you was. He said first. I'm first. he was first though.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty cool, man. We got Andrew Jackson, Re75 said released the Ayer cut, Justice for David. I agree,
Yep.
Justice for David Ayer.
Yep.
Reset 75 said hello. Movie Radar said AT Flame. Jeffrey, y'all seen the Batman on HBO Max yet? How y'all feeling about it? Yes, I have. Jeffrey, have you seen that as well?
Yeah, I'll be honest. Like it's still the same thing that I said. I still stand by what I said in the theaters. Like when I saw it in the theaters, and still when I see it now, I think it's like an okay movie, but it really didn't do anything groundbreaking or interesting for me except for the Catwoman subplot. But yeah, it's like an okay movie to me. But really, I gotta say, I don't know if you saw this movie yet, T Flame, but The Northman, man, you gotta watch that. I really do recommend. Like you gotta see The Northman.
The Northman? Okay, yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I have to check that out. The Batman, I seen it, and I got mixed feelings on it. There was a lot of parts of it I really enjoyed. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of parts of it I really did not fuck with. I'm just keeping 100. I know some people are gonna like that, some ain't gonna like that, but that's what it is. On that, he's getting a sequel though, so that's good. So for all you guys that were fans of that movie, that's awesome for you. You know what I'm saying? You guys are gonna get a sequel to that. That's cool.
Yep.
I just I'm ready for the meat and potatoes. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
we know where that's at, and we are waiting on that. And so May 18th, guys, that shit just keeps coming up. May 20th, May 18th, and this date in November. And something is going down. It's finally time to see what's really what. If we ain't gonna get jack shit, it is what it is. If we're gonna get an announcement, that's exciting. We're gonna finally have an answer to our questions coming up here in just a few short days. So that is great. That is awesome. That's wonderful. And the movie Raider said, hey, David Ayer should play your intro when it's time for him to announce the Ayer cut. He should do it in an arena WWE style. How about that? Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I would love that. I would be so humbled. Like, it is what it is. I would just be happy, just to get that, the see that we're getting it. On this channel, we've been riding for the Ayer cut for a long time, a lot longer than a lot of the cats out there. There was like maybe one or two people on that, when I first 2 years ago started talking on this channel about it, started trying to spread the knowledge of what I knew to everybody about it, and my hopes for it and everything like that. So, I really, I don't know what we're gonna do, but if that shit gets announced, we got to do something extraordinarily special on this channel, because man, that'll make me so happy. And Slipknot fan said to you, Jeffrey, he said, "I saw the Northman. It's dope. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Yep.
That's what's up, man." Um, And right here, Reese said, Batman has good moments that get ruined by stupid little things. You mean like the car chase on the freeway where a whole bunch of fucking people got killed so he could ask Penguin about something that's dumb as shit when Ben Affleck's Batman knows Spanish and he couldn't read it, and he was like, "No, you stupid mother, that's not what it means," and he just leaves him there. He don't even call the authorities. Like, you guys just killed a bunch of people, so you could ask him a really stupid fucking question, and then you just rolled out. Like, after been watching you walk all fucking day, just clunk, 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 clunk. Like, it is what it is, man. It had very good moments in it. It did. But then there was some parts that just kind of overshadowed what it had going on. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys or not. But either way, it's found its fan base, and and if and if you guys like that and you enjoy that, I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that was it, brother, by any means. But but yeah, but if you're into that and you like that, you're getting they're making a sequel to that. So, so that's cool and everything. Let's see. Movie Raider. He said, how would y'all feel if the Ayer cut gets released, but David Ayer doesn't get to do his Gotham City Sirens movie? I feel like this is what I feel like. I feel like, and I don't want to speak too soon because I know people keep receipts and all that shit, and so do I. But I feel like, and maybe I'm overreaching, I won't know until I see the movie, but I'm telling you guys, I have such faith in this movie from what I know for a fucking fact is in that movie that we did not get. I have such a fucking faith, especially if they even give him a third of the treatment that Zack finally got after all them years, to be able to do, like, maybe add one fucking scene or two, like, and finish the CGI on his original third act. And I'm not gonna go balls deep into that for y'all who've been watching and know what that third act really entailed, the original third act. If they let him just finish the CGI on it, use that third act, and maybe add one additional scene, no matter how small it is, whatever the fuck David wants, this movie, I'm telling you, I feel like it'll blow the fucking doors down the way the Snyder Cut did. And I feel like there's no way he will not return. There's no way that they will not let him get whatever project he's after.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion. Till it's released, we won't know. Later on down the road, we can circle back to this and we can critique this. There'll be an interesting conversation, honestly. To be 100% with you. The movie radar. Okay, let's see. Also, who are y'all's fan cast for Poison Ivy, Catwoman, and Ayer's Gotham City Sirens? For Catwoman, I say Kristen Krug. Yeah. I mean, she's tied up in some, she had, like, her and Chloe, the Chloe girl. They were tied up in some Smallville cult. They call us a cult. Now, these bitches were in a real cult, dog. My God, it was in a real cult. Like, chains, whips, sign a contract, blood oath, all that shit. Like on some straight crazy shit, bro. There was like, I think Kristen Krug kind of slid to the left and dodged that bullet, but she was definitely massively tied up in that and had involvement in that. But the girl that played Chloe Sullivan, she ended up going down hard for that shit. So, but yeah, I don't know what's going on with Kristen Krug now, or what's going on with all that shit. But, I could see her being Catwoman. Yeah, I could see that. He said, and for Ivy, I say, Jessica Chastain. I don't know if I butchered her last name or not. What are your thoughts, Jeffrey?
For Ivy, I think it should. Well, actually, no. I actually have a fan cast for her already. I haven't, but really, I don't know. Like, I really don't know who, because for because for Catwoman, like really to me, for me, it like for me it's really hard for me to choose because there's so many actresses I can choose that I think would be great as, or actually no, here's who I would cast for Poison Ivy. I'm trying to remember her name though. She was in the show called Vikings, and she played the Shield Maiden, who was the wife of Ragnar Lothbrok. I'm trying to remember her name.
Can't
Yeah,
remember her name.
I can't remember her name. But yeah, like I really don't know who basically. So yeah.
um. Well. Either way, man. I mean, either way, I think that all of them are great choices. Honestly.
Yeah.
Um.
But I will say this, I will say if we do get that Deathstroke movie that Joe Manganiello pitched, I would say for Talia, we need to get Angelina Jolie as Talia.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you, Jeffrey.
so
Um.
yeah. So yeah, if we're getting Talia somewhere down the road, they should do Angelina Jolie as Talia.
Oh my God. Talia al Ghul. Woo! Don't get me started. It's getting hot there. Anyway, yeah, that'd be fire. That'd be fire casting, honestly. So let's start getting into this topic, brother. Um,
Yeah.
hold on. I just seen this. The movie Raider. T Flame, what are your thoughts on these TikTok movie buffs hating on the Snyder Cut and saying Endgame superior? What I think is that they're a bunch of fucking man babies and fucking retards, that clearly, don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That's my exact thoughts on the matter. And it's the same old narrative we've seen regurgitated over and over and over, just distasteful fucking opinions, distasteful commentary, all of that shit. That these people they'll ride for the most toxic motherfucker in Hollywood. They'll sit there. It's just like some people that ride hard for James Gunn. I'll never understand it. I love the work. I'm not gonna lie. As an artist, and I always say this on this channel, and I'll say it again for probably the 1,000th time. You gotta separate the artist from their art. And when it comes to art, James Gunn is good at taking D-level and C-level fucking CBM characters, and making them into something special. And he is good at that, specifically over in his Guardians work over at Marvel. I do genuinely enjoy them movies. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm very curious to see what the third installment looks like. But with that being said, at the same time, these people that ride so fucking hard for them, though, knowing that on a personal level, their personal life, the shit that they're tied up with, the allegations, the investigations that have went on behind the scenes involving them, to sit there and act like these people are fucking God's gift to man, it sickens me. And they don't care though, and that's a big reason why, as divisive as it is, I'm with fucking Ray Fisher all day long. Accountability over entertainment, period.
Yep.
As much as I love these movies and these things, and all of this stuff, and like I say, even when it comes to the characters in the DCEU that I love so much, even with Ezra Miller. Okay, if I feel like a lot of this shit with these allegations with him that have recently happened, he lost somebody close to him. Maybe he went fucking nuts. Maybe he did do something. Maybe he didn't. But I know that a lot of things are adding up with the reporting. A lot of things are adding up with the timing. A lot of things are adding up with the footage that's dropped. But either way, he got himself into a little bit of trouble. But until the full story comes out, I'm not willing to judge him. The full story comes out. It's concrete, hard evidence. You know what? I'm down. You know what? He's got to go. That's too much. I can't support that. As much as I think that he killed that role, he's got to go. But see, these people on the other side, they can't do the same for their content, for their love of their universe, and they're willing to attack this fan base 24/7 and always have been for the last 5 years, and I have no respect for a lot of them. That's how I feel about that shit. Now, moving on. All right, so let's get into the main topic, Jeffrey. Ayer cut, release the Ayer cut, baby. And I'm gonna go into these things that we all know first, and some of us might not. And we're gonna jump into this, and then Jeffery Warfield is gonna piggyback off of this. He's got some shit that he's come to. WatchTower's got something that he's got to drop on us. So let's let me get this going real quick. Share. There we go.
Okay.
Let's get in here. All right. So, first thing I want to look at, right, is David Ayer, the man himself, dropping more fire leading up to the heels of May 18th.
Yep, I lost it when I saw this, dude.
Okay, so this comes out, and I've never seen this shit before. Never before seen images of Katana. I don't remember if she had the scars on her face after the reshoots. I don't think she had these scars, Jeffrey, after the reshoots that Jeff Johns and Warner Brothers did when they fucked up the original cut of the movie. When we got theaters, I don't think she had these scars on her face. I remember the mask having a scar on the mask, like a cut across it, like on the mask, just one, like, you know what I'm saying? But that was part of the mask. And they showed her lift her mask up and say, "I'm not hiding." And I don't remember seeing all these scars. And that was only in the extended cut, which clearly even the extended cut was fucking reshot to a degree.
Yep.
So this is a very interesting and beautiful picture of Katana. And this is different. This is different. It seems like it's more there's continuity in it. It seems like it's consistent, that she's got a story between each of these scars. This was very interesting.
Yep.
Okay? And the other one, the big one, oops, I closed that whole son of a bitch out. And the other one was, to piggyback off that, David Ayer dropping this. Boom. Right here, Katana writing a poem. And this, again, is it not in the movie? And it says, another night has come. If the sun rises tomorrow, I hope not to see it. The end of my time here means the beginning of our time together. See, that is heart right there. And that was what was missing from this fucking movie.
Yep.
When the time is right, I will pierce my flesh and join you in the sword. That is fucking fire, man. That is fire as fuck, man.
And the thing is, I've been saying for a while that the two most talked about things when the Ayer cut comes out is going to be, of course, Jared Leto's Joker and Katana. And I really didn't, and at the time, I really didn't have a feeling for it as to really why Katana would be one of the most talked about people. Like, because to me at the time, it was just really a feeling. Like, it's always been a feeling to me that for some reason we would talk about Katana a lot once the Ayer cut came out. But now seeing this poem, it's like it's very clear that Katana goes through some very dark stuff. Like, she goes.
It sounds like to me that Harley Quinn, Katana, and fucking our boy, what's
Jared Leto?
What's his name? No, not Leto. God damn it, I can't remember his name right now. The fire guy. El Diablo. It sounds like Jay Hernandez plays him. Sounds like El Diablo, Katana, and Harley Quinn were going to be the fucking heart of this movie.
Yep.
Harley Quinn's arc completely reshot. Her arc I don't believe was reshot, but it was chopped out. They chopped out so much involving Katana. So much. The third act, they reshot her involvement with the third act and cut it out. It was like 1 minute she was there with Boomer side by side, and then 1 minute she just wasn't fucking there. She just disappeared from the movie.
Yeah, like that's completely weird, and
Isn't that
now
weird? You ever went back and looked at that? Didn't
yeah,
she show up with Boomer and she was like sitting beside him and he was like half flirtatious with her and half concerned about what was going on, and then he jumped up and left her behind the rock or something, and then they just never go back to her until the entire third act is finished.
yeah, like yeah, I remember that too. Like I still remember that to this day. It was like she was completely non-existent,
Yeah,
and really looking at the script stuff. We're not gonna get into that, but looking at the script of the original third act and what she was doing, like it looked like they could. It looked like from my perspective, that WB they didn't really have time to reshoot her, so they didn't have time to reshoot her stuff. So they were just like, you know what, let's forget about her and throw her out until
yeah,
the end of the third act. Like, bro, because really think about that. You're like you have a literal samurai in your movie, and then you completely cut her out.
in the
Like,
third
dude,
act.
yeah, like, come
And like she
on.
was, yeah. And even the scenes we seen of her, it makes me wonder how much was changed, how much it was cut down. And a big thing is that scene where we seen where she was like her eyes went pitch black. I feel like she was the one. If anybody was gonna die at the end of the third act, it was gonna fucking be her. And this confirms it. For some reason, they changed it to El Diablo last minute. The studio did because
Yep.
they felt like it was too dark to kill a woman or let a woman kill her. Because it seems like she was going to go on a suicide mission last minute and have their back to take down fucking one of the bad guys, and then she was going to go out in a blaze of glory.
Yep.
Because and she would have had her. It would have been nice to see that if she did go out like that, because that's what she was longing for. But she needed something to make her life worth giving it up, because
Yep.
her main goal was to get to her husband, who was dead and murdered inside the sword. And it was going to show the souls. They never showed that sword with her going like this with all the souls coming off of it and shit. In the trailer, the original Comic-Con trailer, it
Yep.
shows this. It shows this. And it's
Yep.
crazy because that was 6 years ago, man.
Yeah, and to really think about this, like it seems like even with this whole thing, like from these, it looked like from not from looking at the teaser trailer and looking at some of the scenes with Enchantress, that from the theatrical cut and extended cut, that it seems like the theme of the movie was souls. Like it seems like the theme of the movie to me was who was really trying to like find your soul, and was really trying to fix your soul in a way. So really, it just makes this whole thing kind of like very interesting in a sense, especially when you put the theory of Enchantress and June Moon actually having conversations in kind of like the mindscape that I kind of theorized about, where it seemed where I still remember it to this day. David Ayer said that Enchantress taking over June Moon was a very slow process. It was like Enchantress was taking away June Moon's soul one piece at a time. So
Right.
that really does put things into perspective.
Well, right. And also, that also builds up the plot and shows how this person slowly became this monster, and how Amanda Waller could have under fucking configured the threat that she really was, because it took place slowly and slowly and slowly in the background until it was a real threat, not just, oh, she's always been this badass double fucking person, metahuman, and I'm just a dumb fuck, and I think I can control this fucking powerful monster, and let's just, create the old plot of the movie by setting her fucking free and then let's make that the whole plot of the movie. Because that's how they did. That's the plot hole they created. If it weren't for her trying to make her fucking Task Force X and putting the witch bitch into action, none of the shit in the third act would have happened to cause the problems. But that was the reshoots, and that's what it turned into because of what the creative decisions they decided to go with, reshooting and rechopping and re-editing that fucking movie.
Yeah, because really, like, think about this. Like, really put this into perspective. If you already have a all-powerful witch who's already at the get-go, and this was really a thing, and this was really a criticism even for that the haters had, that you kind of do agree with. Like, if it, like, really think about this. If Enchantress is already all-powerful from the jump, why do you have everyone else in the Suicide Squad?
Right.
Like, so it would
what's
make
the
sense.
point?
Yeah.
Right, what's the point?
So it makes sense in the Ayer cut that it's really a slow process, you know?
Yes, it does. It really does. Now, Jeffrey, let's jump into DC Talk with Extended. I just wanted to say what up. I see your comment. He said, "What's up, Jeffrey? What's up, T Flame? What's up, partner?" And I just want to say though, like, it's been long overdue. I don't know, like, Jeffrey, if you drink or not, but we're about to have a party over here on this channel if the Ayer cut gets released. I'm gonna find some way to fucking live stream it with you guys so we can watch it together, all that shit, man. Because I've been waiting so long for that shit, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna stop. I'm not stopping because I know we can make this shit happen. And I'm pretty sure this shit's already gonna happen. But I'm not stopping until that shit is set in stone. I can own a physical copy of it and all that shit.
Yep.
But anyway, Jeffrey, so what was it that you wanted? Now let's get into, because I wanted to keep this live stream, guys. We probably won't go the full hour like we normally do on this channel, but we're gonna go close to it. But Jeffrey, let's go ahead and jump into the comments, not the comments. Let's go ahead and jump into the topic that you wanted to talk about regarding what you thought that you came to a realization of something with David Ayer's old post or something like that about the Ayer cut.
Yeah, so really, it's not just the whole thing about the Ayer cut. It's really about the Snyderverse as a whole, and this is really the interesting thing. So, I should have DM'd you the tweet earlier before the stream started, but yeah, it should be one of the new ones.
Go ahead, DM me real quick, or do you want me to try and jump over to Twitter, because that's all I can really pull up right now. I can't jump to the other platforms without it lagging.
Yeah, you can jump onto Twitter, but
okay.
So at March 8th there was this Instagram story that David Ayer had put up where he had this like image saying basically that during March, April, and May, good news is coming.
Oh yeah.
All that healing and with all that stuff. Like basically, there's gonna be good news for March, April, and May, and the interesting thing is that and the really interesting thing is because I remember when he posted that because I have that in my gallery, and he posted that Instagram story on March 8th. So here's the timeline basically. March 8th, that Instagram story of David Ayer saying that good news is coming for March, April, and May is posted, right? So March 18th, the Green Lantern Wayne T. Carr picture is posted on March 18th, right? So March 18th, that's the good news for the Snyderverse there. That's a good thing right there in terms of the Snyderverse.
Yep.
Then April comes around, and what happens that month? the Warner Brothers Discovery merger is now official. That's the official day the merger has happened. So for right now, March 18th post there. So March 18th, the timeline is March 18th. March 18th. There's the Wayne T. Carr Green Lantern picture. April we have the Warner Brothers Discovery merger. Now we're at May. May is a big event that's coming up, which is the Warner Brothers Discovery upfront that they're having.
Yep.
For those who don't know, who the Warner Brothers the upfronts are basically, from what I understand, are like they're typically like they're they're typically just for like the business side of things, the business side of people sort of thing. Like basically they're just showing things for their like stockholders and stuff, right? But the interesting thing is this time for Warner Brothers Discovery, what they're doing is they're hyping everyone up. They're hyping everyone up for Warner for their upfront that's coming up. Like their latest post on their ad account, they put 3 days to go with an exclamation point. That's a countdown. They don't like people, and from what I understand, people businesses really don't do countdowns for their upfront. Like people don't like businesses don't do countdowns for their upfront. So we have 3 days to go for before the 18th, which, as we know, is Warner Brothers Discovery upfront.
Right.
The interest the interesting thing here is that Zach had Zach posted this thing about about day 18 doing some workouts before going on to set.
Yes.
Now then you get into the theory of the 18th, like why day 18 and not day 1 sort of thing. So really when you really think about it, like this is the roadmap right now. So really this is the roadmap right now. March 8th, we got that David Ayer Instagram story saying good news for March, April, and May. Then 10 days later, after that post, we get the Wayne T. Carr Green Lantern picture. Then next month on April, the Warner Brothers Discovery merger is official. That on day 1. Then May we have then May we have the Warner Brothers Discovery upfront that for some reason Warner Brothers Discovery is actually hyping up, which businesses don't do. They do not hype up their upfront events. They just sort of pass. So really, and then we have like this poem that David Ayer posts yesterday. So I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get an Ayer cut announcement on the 18th.
Yeah, I'm very, very certain we're getting something. I don't know if it's going to be the Snyderverse now. You know, just to clarify, the Ayer cut is part of the Snyderverse, and people
Yep.
that don't know that, you need to sink that into your skull real fucking hard, because that is part of the original arc that Zach and David created. David's end got cut even shorter than Zach's because of the negative fucking backlash. But that
Yep.
movie, it takes place directly after BVS, and it leads directly into Zack Snyder's Justice League. So we need this fucking piece of continuity restored So even if they don't restore the Snyderverse, that is a major part of something that's going to be largely new. An hour of never before seen footage. About 45 minutes of reshoots are going to be back to normal that we've never seen before. That's going to flesh out things, change the tone of things, a whole different score. It's a whole different movie, bro. A whole different
Yep.
third act, all that shit.
Yep. No radio
So
songs at all, according
yeah,
to David Ayer.
yeah,
Like no radio songs.
we need that. We need that. We need that, man. We need that. Release the fucking Ayer cut already.
Yep.
What do you think, Jeffrey? You think that when Warner Brothers Discovery Upfront event airs, that we should do a live reaction to it?
Yeah, I think we should.
I think we should. Here's the only problem, guys. That'll be this Wednesday, so I will be at work until 5:30 p.m. My time. So I
Okay.
don't know at what time it's going to air on the 18th. But we could go back and rewatch it. I don't know. I mean, we could try and figure out how to do that. I would love
Yeah.
to. At my work schedule, I work a lot. Hence the the random drops and shit like that. And a lot of you guys in the building, if you guys missed the last episode on Strong Arm Flix, should go back and watch it. And it's a lot of it covers a lot of the stuff we're talking now, but it goes way more in depth and shit like that. And I went in hard on editing, hoping you guys would appreciate it. So if you haven't seen it, it says, did Zach just confirm? This can't be a coincidence. That shit. You should, if you haven't seen it, most you probably have, you should go check it out. But yeah, I don't know what's coming the 18th, but I'm telling you guys, this is not an event that you want to miss, because Jeffrey brought this up himself on Twitter talking to somebody. I think it was Pop Culture Corner. And he said, you know what was announced at the last upfront or something like that? You said Katana or something like that.
Yeah,
Didn't you say
yeah,
that, Jeffrey?
yeah. Zatanna was announced at upfront.
Yes. So there's definitely going to be some announcements. That's guaranteed. And the fact they keep saying, don't miss Warner Brothers Discovery themselves, keep sharing this, like they're trying to hype people up. I haven't been able to cover it as much as I wanted to, but they're sharing the shit out of this. And,
Yep.
and using the word "don't miss all the action." Like,
Yeah,
the first thing that comes to my mind, man, is that you're dealing with a lot of CBM characters, man. What does that equal? Action. Like, what are you trying to say? Like,
yeah. And it goes again, like I said, like Warner Brothers, like these upfront events, from what I've actually learned, like I've actually done research on, like usually these upfront events are usually just like normal business meeting type things with really nothing big going down on that day, like no trailer announcements or just anything like that. But the fact that they're hyping this up like it's some Comic-Con like event is really interesting.
It is very interesting, man. Very, very interesting. And guys, we've only got 3 more days to go. 3 more days to go to May 18th. Bear with us. I'm telling you, there's going to be some goodies in the bag. Even if it's not the Snyderverse announcement, we're going to get something fire is going to drop. So we definitely want to be there. Definitely. And over here, we're grinding hard. We're trying to hit that 600 subs. I don't know if you've seen, Jeffrey. We've been our sub count's been putting some work in, man, trying to get that up there. So, like I always say, if you guys are new to the channel and you guys like this content, man, please subscribe, because we're legit. We don't do shit for clout. We don't get paid none. We ain't monetized over here. None of that shit. So subscribe if you want good quality, reactions and DC content. And son, I see you. Anyway. That's my son being a goofball. But anyway, I'm gonna cut this one a little short. I didn't want to. We're at almost the 45-minute mark. Jeffrey, is there anything that you want to add before we go?
Really, just no. All we can do is really wait for the 18th and see what happens. Just because, man, whatever reason Warner Brothers Discovery is hyping their upfront event for. Like, obviously, they don't want anyone to miss it.
Yeah,
So,
there's a reason, guys. There's a reason for this. I have not seen them go this hard for an event in a long time. So keep expectations at I won't say at a minimum, but at a reasonable level. But keep the hope alive and make sure you show up. And that'll be it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for showing up. All my regulars, I appreciate you in the comment section. All you guys, we couldn't do this shit without you guys, and we appreciate you a lot. Anthony, you want to say hi?
Hi.
hey.
Say hi.
Hi.
He's a little goofball. But all right, guys, that'll be it for this one. Till next time, my friends. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.